Okay, hi all. Welcome to our latest brew day. Today we're brewing an American stout. We've just finished adding the mash water to the Grainfather here, so the next step is to heat the water up. Right, we're just going to add the grain now. The water's at the right temperature, so we're ready to add it. Ooh, I wish you could smell this. It's lovely. It's important to sort of like add the grain gradually, not all at once. Give it kind of a stir in between to sort of break up any clumps as you're adding it. Yeah, this is gorgeous. It looks like a stout already. Very nice. So we'll just pop our paddle up to the side here and then add some more. This is grain with caramel malts, so it's very we're going to get very kind of roasty sort of aroma here from the grain as it goes in. Now we're going to add the last of the grain in. And mix it well. I'm basically just trying to break up any kind of dry clumps. And it looks like a brown porridge. Yeah, I'm really getting the grain smell now as well. It's lovely. This is my favorite part of the brewing process. This kind of this aroma that you get when the grain first goes in. It's amazing. We're at the last stage of the mashing process now. We've put a perforated plate in on top of the grain mash. We put the lid on here and we've got a recirculation pipe connected here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to recirculate the beer through its grain bed for about an hour or so. So there's a pump here in the Grainfather that does that. So I'm going to switch that on now. There we go. So there's beer flowing nicely through there. So we'll just leave that for a while and let it do its thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called sparging the beer. So we start by lifting there's an inner basket in the Grainfather here. We lift this out to let the liquid drain out of the grain. So there's little kind of like things here that you can use to like stand the basket up on the inside of the Grainfather. We're just going to let that drain out then, and we're going to add some water here from the sparge water heater in a bit. Okay, we're adding the Columbus hops in here now. There'll be another 2 more additions later on in the boil of hops. I'm just kind of stirring the beer pretty much continuously here just to break up any foam that's like forming on the surface, because it's danger of it over boiling, because you're basically leaving it boiling for like 60 minutes, so you have to mind it the entire time. Now I'm just adding the second addition of hops here. Oh wow. Lovely. Just give them a quick stir to get them to mix. Okay, we're at the end of the boil, so putting in the last of the hops now. And turn the heat off now, and we're going to chill the beer down to its fermentation temperature next. Now I've got this pump connected here. It's a chiller. So we put some cold water in around it to cool the beer down to its fermentation temperature. But the first thing we need to do is sanitize this chiller. So I'm going to pump the hot beer, the hot wort through it to sanitize it. So we'll run that for a couple of minutes. I think something weird is happening here. It's not like this isn't getting any warmer. I have a bit of an issue here with the counterflow chiller. It's getting clogged. It's not pumping the wort through. So I think what's happened here is what usually happens with these is that this valve down here gets clogged. I think our beer might have a lot of sediment in it, so it's clogging up these valves down here. Underneath this, or inside this valve here, it's got there's a spring and a ball bearing. I've just got a tissue here just in case anything kind of spills out when I take this out. Also, you want to be careful when you're undoing this so you don't lose the ball bearing. So it's up the top there, I can see it. So it might be hard to see here, but yeah, that doesn't look too bad. But down here, the top of this pipe, there's there's a lot of sediment and stuff collected, so I think that's our problem there. So I could clean this out, but I suspect it would probably just happen again. So what we might do is siphon the beer out of this into the fermenter and just let it cool down naturally on its own, and then we'll add the yeast once it gets down to 20 degrees. The auto siphon appears to be doing the job. It's getting the beer into the fermenter now. It's the next day. The beer, the wort hasn't really, well, it's not cool enough yet. It's still too warm. It's at 28 degrees there. So yeah, it needs to drop to at least 20 anyway, for the yeast to be active. So might need to leave it for another couple of hours to get down to the right temperature, and then we'll finally be able to pitch the yeast in. Beer has cooled down enough now to add the yeast, so we're going to pitch this yeast in now. And the next thing we're going to do is aerate the wort, just to kind of mix the yeast around in it. Get it all kind of stir it up there, break up any sort of clumps or anything. All right, it's starting to foam up pretty well here now. Getting a lot of air into the brew. Right, we've done the gravity reading on the beer now, and it's ready to go into the bottle. I'm just capping the bottles now. I've got this new capper here. It's a new bench mounted capper, so we're just trying it out. Yeah, we're just going to leave the beer to ferment, bottle ferment or bottle condition for around a month, and then we'll do a tasting when it's ready. All right, so thanks for watching.